And there's the objective screen there, and we are off into game 2. Jaedong starting off in Zerg at the bottom left. In white, and yeah, he looks a little bit nervous. He doesn't look like he's. I mean, you know, he has reason to be nervous. He is now in this year. I think he's 0-4 against Hwasin now. He's taken some games last year, I think, from Hwasin. But in any case, Hwasin's going to be spawning in teal at the. Yeah, let's call it 4:30 position, maybe 5 o'clock. We'll see. I don't have a watch on me right now. Hwasin up 1-0. A lot of times in series like this, you'll see the player that goes up 1-0. This is Colosseum, by the way, if you can tell by the little neutral sunken colony. For those of you that haven't listened to Tasteless at all, the reason why the neutral sunken colony is there is basically so that Zergs can get a fast expansion and still set up Sunkens at their choke point. It's kind of designed in the map, because otherwise they'd have to build their second hatchery right at their choke point, and then they're not able to take a second base, and that'd be a huge disadvantage. Also, another thing I learned from Tasteless there, I think I learned from Tasteless, I may have learned it from Artosis or something, building a supply depot right underneath his command center, and what that'll do is it'll force the nearest location possible for the SCV to come out to be closer to the minerals, so he'll be able to get his SCVs to the minerals a little bit quicker there. And looks like to be exactly the same thing as last game. Hwasin getting his... Oh, I just realized my mouse is in the middle of the stream, so those of you that can watch this on ventrilo, I've been looking at my mouse in the middle, I apologize. Anyways, same exact thing. Second hatchery going down for Jaedong, and he's scouting the wrong direction, unfortunately for him. Hwasin getting his barracks set up and all that sort of thing. Let's see, we'll have to see what happens next. Waiting for them to point back at Jaedong. Looks like he's going for a lot of economy here. Well, I'm curious to see if Hwasin gets an extra base or not. Like I said, I think I've started to say this, but I don't remember if I finished saying it. Usually you see, and Hwasin getting 2 barracks, Hwasin getting a double barracks here, so he is gonna, I don't know if I would count this as a rush necessarily. Well, it's kind of a rush.
It's so sexy.
What the? Cut that out, don't do that.
It's so sexy.
I don't know who's doing stuff in the ventrilo thing, but stop it. Anyway. So Hwasin getting 2 barracks. Sorry, for those of you who didn't hear, someone was making something talk about someone being sexy, using some sort of crazy elite hacks. Anyway, Hwasin sending out his first couple Marines to stop the Overlords from scouting because he does not want Jaedong to see this. Jaedong has gone for the 12th hatchery here, and now he's gotten his pool, luckily. If he'd gone for the 3rd hatchery, then that would have been the end for Jaedong. He had the possibility of canceling it, I guess. But yeah, I was going to say, I thought Hwasin was probably going to go for a command center there. And he might be doing this. I don't remember who I saw. Never mind. I was going to say he might be faking the command center. But he is actually building that command center, and Jaedong is going to spot it. Hwasin brought his Marine over there to drive off that Overlord from scouting, and then he didn't actually leave it over there, so it was not able to do that. And Hwasin gets his scout in there as well. So Hwasin has gone 2 barracks, and he's pumping Marines out of 2 barracks, but I don't think it's going to do him a lot of good because Jaedong already had. Whoa, he's already got his lair up, so that's pretty quick. Jaedong has gotten his pool up. He's gotten Zerglings out, so I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal. He's going to run his Zerglings over to Hwasin's base, sorry, and see what's happening, and he's going to see if Hwasin moves out, basically. Hydra's then going down for Jaedong, so it looks like Jaedong is going to skip Mutalisk completely and go straight for Lurkers. He might be going for some kind of a Lurker rush here. This might be a good map to do it on. It is going to be easy for him to see what Hwasin is doing. Jaedong has gone for those. I'm sorry, Hwasin. I don't know why I keep doing that. You know what? Usually I don't do that. Someone was in the chat channel earlier complaining about commentators mixing up the names. And I almost never do that, except now that they've said that. Maybe it got in the back of my head and I've been doing it. But this is going to come to a very fast game, it looks like, because Hwasin has his 2 barracks up already. He's pumping out a lot of Marines, and he's actually keeping some of those Marines back from his front door so that Jaedong can't even see them. So this is kind of interesting. Neither player really knows what the other player is doing right now. neither player getting a good scout off, and both players doing something kind of non-standard, so it's going to be difficult to see how that works. And then it occurs to me now that he may have actually, Jaedong may have actually thought that, oh Jesus, I just did it again. Hwasin may have thought that Jaedong was going to do a quick 9 pull and try and rush him, and maybe that's why he started off those 2 barracks, and now he's switched into more of an econ build, getting that command center after he realized that Jaedong had gone 12 hatch, just going to try and keep up economically instead of trying to do a rush, and I think that's probably the best thing to do. My stream is lagging. There it goes. It comes back. Okay, so Jaedong has Hydralisks out now, and he's probably I'm almost certain he's researching Lurker Tech already. And again, my stream lagging around a little bit here, so I apologize if hopefully it comes back here in just a second. But Jaedong going for a quick Lurker Tech here, and now okay, I got back just in time to see Hwasin coming in, and Jaedong has his 3rd base up. He's got it. Oh no, Jaedong forced to morph his lurkers right in the middle there. Those Zerglings are nearby. He's gonna try and run those Zerglings right when those lurker eggs pop, and try to distract the Marines while their lurkers can sink, because otherwise those lurkers will just get completely picked off. Looks like one is going to get picked off just from the 1 hit point shots that those Marines are doing to the eggs here, and any second now those Lings are going to dive in and try and distract the Marines. There, the Lings going in. There's a lot of Lings there. The lurkers are going to get a chance to burrow. The lurkers burrowing. The Lings are all over the place, and Hwasin has no chance to get his Marines out. Normally he would be able to pull his Marines aside and knock out those lurkers, but they were completely surrounded by Lings. Jesus, Hwasin's force just completely obliterated, and now Hwasin is at a major disadvantage, because often when Zerg skip that spire, they're at a little bit of a disadvantage because it's kind of a risky thing. They're vulnerable because they're not going to get those Mulisks out. They're not going to be able to keep the Terran in their base. But now Hwasin has lost his initial force. Oh, stop lurkers killing another 4 Marines, it looks like. Jaedong, Hwasin's 2nd force going out and being slaughtered. It looks like Jaedong is going to easily take this game. Hwasin is only pumping from 3 barracks. He's got a bunker up, but I don't think it's going to do any good. He's moved his barracks that's blocking that. And Jaedong going up on that ridge. He's going to be able to shell that command center with the shell, to attack that command center. Jesus, I'm totally off right now. He's going to be able to... Okay, let me start over. Jaedong's going to be able to attack the supply depot with his battlecruisers. No, lurkers. I'm just kidding. I did that one intentionally. The supply depot is going to go down. He does have range upgraded, so he's not going to be able to completely outrange that bunker. He's going to need a larger force before he can actually completely force his way into Hwasin's base. So it looks like it is going to turn out to be a little bit longer than I anticipated. I thought that maybe Jaedong would be able to just jump in there and finish off Hwasin, having taken out a ton of forces. He took out basically 2 control groups of Medica Marines. Hwasin's first 2 control groups, without Hwasin really accomplishing anything. He killed maybe a few Lings. Basically, yeah, I really have to stop looking at the chat channel. You guys are cracking me up. It's distracting me. Sorry. Okay, Jesus Christ. Jaedong has a hive up already. He's getting his spire now, and a defiler mount. I wonder why he's getting his spire so late. It's kind of weird that he's getting a spire. Well, obviously, no, never mind. I take that back. He's, of course, getting the spire so he can scourge the science vessels that he's got to expect are going to be coming out pretty soon. But for some reason, I was thinking, why is he getting Mutalisks? Except, here's the thing, though. The other day, when they played in Pro League, I'm sorry I'm going to have to spoil it for you guys, but Hwasin rushed him, and he went Hydralisks, and he skipped the Spire and went straight for Hydralisks, and then he went back and got his Spire and got like 8 Mutalisks, which was really dumb because the Mutalisks got there just in time to get completely obliterated, I just made that word up, by Hwasin's brand new shiny round flying science vessels, and Jaedong basically owned himself by just deciding to throw away 800 or 900 minerals and gas. Hopefully, Jaedong is not going to make the same...
I love you.
Stop that! Whoever that is, get it out! I'm going to have Kuro kick you, unless it's probably Kuro doing it, but we'll see. Anyway... yeah, science vessels are going to come out, so I certainly hope for Jaedong he's not going to squander what I would call a lead, and go for Mutalisks again. That would be a bad move on his part, I believe. And Jaedong has managed to macro up a decent amount of forces here. He's getting another barracks up as well. Jaedong, I think, needs to get another base pretty soon, especially since he's gone for Hive Tech. He's going to need even more gas with whatever he's going to be pumping out with that Hive. And it looks like Hwasin's decided to move out here. Tank with Medic Marine push, and Hwasin, I think, does this. I won't say more. Oh, those Scourges are just like completely oblivious. Oh my God, poor Scourges. They're like, our lives are just dedicated completely to killing that science vessel, and they decided not to do it when their time was right. But Jaedong going in here. Jaedong has Swarm already. Hwasin's still at 2 bases, and Jaedong has Swarm, able to push back this attack pretty easily, using some really nice Swarm there, covering those lurkers. And it looks like he's going to pull back. He saw those Medic Marines go around the backside, and he's going to try to not get flanked here by this Medic Marine force. Jaedong, unfortunately, he has Swarm, but he doesn't have a lot of forces on the ground. I'm not sure why he's been doing. Oh, that Swarm saving those lurkers' butts, if lurkers do have butts. I'm not sure if they do or not. Lurkers are +1 Carapace upgraded, so they're going to be able to survive a little bit better against the Medic Marines, and that's a good thing for them. They aren't upgraded with weapons yet, so they're not going to be able to two-hit Jaedong's Marines just yet. But we'll see. Like I said, Jaedong was going for it looked like a long-term build. I mean, basically teching up. So I wouldn't be surprised if he has a second evolution chamber right now. Irradiate going off on one of the lurkers, and Hwasin is going to have to pull back away from that swarm. Hwasin doing an extremely good job of dodging around these swarms, but now he's backed into a corner. This is not a very good position for Hwasin to be in. He can't break up that ramp, no matter how much. Well, even if he had a lot of Mech Marines, he could. But I mean, it's really difficult to break up that ramp, even if there's no swarm, to break up a ramp against lurkers. So now he's kind of backed in the corner. He has moved up here. He's just going to try and engage those lurkers directly, trying to move his Marines around a little bit. But that did not work at all. Oh, Science Vessel almost. Oh, Science Vessel does get picked off, and Hwasin has a second Science Vessel. He's not going to get caught by stop lurkers or anything like that. But yeah, this is not going to be good. Anyway, so this is turning out to be kind of a crazy game. Hwasin looks like he's getting his 3rd base set up. Jaedong getting his 4th base set up. Yeah, things looking pretty even actually at this point. It's really hard to say who has an advantage here. I think Jaedong had the advantage before, but Hwasin is just doing a lot better job of macroing. So, oh man. That Marine got so screwed. He ate like 7 spines at once. Well, there was only 5 lurkers, but still, he ate a lot of them. Anyway, yeah. Oh, Jesus, that lurker getting picked off. Things looking bad for Jaedong. He's not macroing at all. He's not getting any forces out. Right now, you would expect a Zerg to have, like, and what is he doing? You gotta... What are you doing? Jaedong, move your lurkers out of the way. Swarm or something. Jesus Christ, what is Jaedong doing? He's going to have to cancel this 4th base. He's going to be back down to 3 bases, and then he's going to have 3 bases against 3 bases, basically. He's trying to bring in some forces, but it's not going to work. That hatchery's going to go down. I think I already canceled it there. Jaedong has not had any more than like 6 lurkers at a time, and that is not good. Oh, 1 Scourge hitting each vessel, so both vessels still alive. Unlucky for Jaedong here. Yeah, things looking bad for Jaedong at this point. He really needs to have like a ton of lurkers out right now or something, but he doesn't have anything out right now. Plague going on 1 science vessel, so that science vessel is pretty hurt. But I don't think Hwasin's going to mind too much right now. He's even falling it back. He's given up this force of Medic Marines, which is something we wouldn't see Nada do. Nada would have used that force of Medic Marines to kill off like 3 more hatcheries before they died. But Hwasin's pretty good anyways. He's not Nada, but anyway. It looks like Hwasin might be expecting Ultralisks or something like that. He does have a tank perimeter set up around his main base. I think that's pretty smart. Jaedong does have the Hive Tech. He's got the Swarm out. I'm not sure... You know, never mind. I was going to say I don't know why he's not getting like Ultras or something, but then I remembered, oh, Jaedong doesn't have any forces. And he doesn't have any gas anymore either. He's only got 3 gas right now. And jeez, man, more Lings getting slaughtered. The Defiler is going to get... Defiler deciding to just chill there and kill some Lings while he's dying himself. Just laying down some random swarms in the middle of nowhere. Those swarms aren't even going to be able to do anything. I guess you might as well just use the swarms rather than, you know, just chill. 2 starports. it's pumping out Science Vessels right now. And no, oh man, I think that's going to be the end for Jaedong. Hwasin has dropship out, and if he can just get a nice little drop in. Hwasin is not controlling his Medic Marines as well as he could have, though. Normally wouldn't have seen him. Oh man, losing a lot more Medic Marines too. Again, and killing these lurkers, but sacrificing his entire group of Medic Marines there to do it. And that's the second time he's kind of been a little bit careless like that. That Science Vessel is so screwed. So screwed. Oh, and the Marine wins! The Marine wins! Hero Marine number 2. If you haven't seen the Hero Marine video on JWD's YouTube account, you want to check that out. That was from a previous game of Hwasin, where he had one Marine that like ran all around, chased by like 4 lings, ran around 2 lurkers and killed off the. But here comes. Oh, the Scourges! What are you doing, Scourges? What are you doing, Scourges? Oh, they didn't attack, but at least they killed it off finally. Oh, nice Plague going down. Jaedong might be able to come back after all if Hwasin keeps making tiny mistakes, and if Jaedong keeps up this pressure here. He does need to get more bases up if he is going to win in the long run, though. Man, he does have his 4th base up. Okay, I thought he was getting it up, but I didn't know if he was actually had it up or not. He doesn't have gas running from it just yet, though, so it's still kind of I don't know. You couldn't quite consider it a base just yet, but yeah, Jaedong needs to keep this up. Basically, he is still behind, I think, but he's coming back at least. He's not playing horribly, and that is a good thing because I was really afraid that he was going to play horribly. Going in with some lings, and those tanks unprotected. 2 tanks getting picked off by just a few Zerglings. Very nice play there, picking off those tanks. Now, see, the thing is, Jaedong... Okay, Jesus. Okay, Jaedong getting that swarm up just in time before those lurkers sucked it. It looks like Hwasin is almost just throwing troops at Jaedong. He had a lead, and he was just trying to throw it down Jaedong's throat. But Jaedong putting up a lot larger fight. What are you doing, Hwasin? No! Oh my gosh, 12 kills on that lurker. 12 kills on that lurker. Hwasin is folding here. He is not playing up to his top potential. He's losing Science Vessels, not protecting them at all. He's down to 0 Science Vessels. Hwasin does not have any Science Vessels right now. He's going to try and start his 4th base. By the time that 4th base gets going, though, his main will be mined out, so he'll still be basically at 3 bases. But man, Jaedong at least is finally macroing a little bit. Finally getting some forces up. Hwasin, whoa, Jesus Christ. I think that Scourge did actually land on that Science Vessel, which was a little bit careless. He moved his Science Vessels back towards his Medic Marines and then moved it back towards the Scourge again. A little bit of lag on my stream here. Come on, stream. Okay, I see some Zerglings doing something. Zerglings all up in Hwasin's 3rd base, killing his dudes and just slaughtering some few Medic Marines over there, slaughtering the tanks as well. I don't know what Hwasin's main forces out in the field, or maybe it got slaughtered by lurkers because Hwasin's been just kind of throwing his Medic Marines onto those lurkers. Dude, Hwasin, you gotta sit back, you gotta protect your Science Vessels with your Medic Marines, and use the Science Vessels to irradiate the lurkers, and try and engage the lurkers, you know, when they're not burrowed right in front of you. Don't just kind of run on top of them, things like that. I don't know. Hwasin is not out of this yet, though. He still is macroing up, and really, if you think about it, he's not really lost too much economy. There's the Ultralisk Cavern. Just what I wanted to see. I think if Jaedong gets his 5th gas up in the top left corner, and he's able to get out some Ultralisks, that is going to put things strongly in favor of Jaedong. He might actually come back to this, but as you can see, Hwasin has built up a significant force there already, and yeah, his main is almost mined out, so that 4th base is going to become his 3rd functional base again. And oh, Jaedong coming in here. Does Hwasin see it? Hwasin needs to pull his forces back. He doesn't pull his Medic Marines back. He doesn't pull the 2nd group back. They get slaughtered by burrowed lurkers underneath the swarm, and Plague going off over a ton of Medic Marines. That was a huge Plague. That Defiler definitely did its job. It can get irradiated and die in peace, and there's the Ultralisks. There are the Ultralisks, and there's the Korean fans. And I'm trying to see the upgrades on the Ultralisks. I can't quite see. It looks like they're only like 2 and 2 or 4 and 2. Oh, Plague on everything! Jesus, Jaedong is absolutely bending Hwasin over and using his Defilers to do something that I shouldn't even talk about on the radio. Okay, he says there's 2 upgrades on the Ultralisks, so he hasn't upgraded the Ultralisk armor yet. I'm sorry, the Ultralisk attack thing, or never mind. Hwasin is at 1 and 2 with his upgrades, so they're pretty much even on that point, but as soon as the major upgrades for the Ultralisk kick in, then, yeah, sorry. Anyway, as soon as the Ultralisk upgrades kick in, then those Ultralisks will basically just be able to run all over Hwasin. And my stream is lagging here again, so again I apologize. But things looking bad for Hwasin now. He needs to. I think what he should probably do is go back to the dropships. And well, what he needs to do is stop losing his forces, like these Marines just getting attacked while they're on move. Oh Jesus! Oh man, that was almost very bad. He could have lost another science vessel or two there. But he's still not able to get this fourth base up and running, and Hwasin really needs to get that fourth base up and running, or take out like 2 of Jaedong's bases in order to keep things in his grasp, because if he is not able to get that fourth base planted down, then there's the dropships. Good. He needs to start dropping and just picking off, red sniping his Jaedong's hatcheries here and there if he's going to come back in this. I do actually hope that Jaedong does end up winning this game because he does have an advantage. I'd hate to see him squander it, and I want this to go to more matches, honestly. But we'll see if that happens. Hwasin is fighting his way back into this game. He's got his fourth base secured. He's keeping his forces kind of back at his base now so he doesn't get that fourth base overrun. And he's just going to switch back to using dropships to do little sniping maneuvers. He's built up a sizable force of science vessels, despite Jaedong's early efforts at keeping his science vessel count down. He kept the science vessels down really well early on, but now he hasn't been able to kill off many science vessels lately. He's been killing off some, but Hwasin's been pumping from 2 different stargates and starports, sorry, and so he's been amassing a lot of them. So he's got, looks like 6 or 7 science vessels out now, and there's the 2 dropship as well. He was even able to pause science vessel production to make 2 dropships, and I'm pretty sure Jaedong does not know about those dropships there. He may have just seen it with the Ling there. Oh, huge force of Ultralisks. You do not want to be in that little pit where you can get surrounded, Medic Brains. And they are in that pit. They get plagued. A lot of them get plagued. At least he does have that choke point to try and hold back the swarm there. But some of his forces just getting slaughtered. I don't know what Hwasin is doing. Falling back his science vessels, but keeping his Medic Marines instead of the other way around. Although he should have fallen back all those forces, he does not want to fight Ultralisks under swarm. That is not a good thing to do. It looks like Jaedong is definitely going to take this game now, overrunning Hwasin's forces there. This drop is going to probably pick off that hatchery, but it doesn't matter because there are forces all up in... Oh, Jaedong, what are you doing? Defilers cannot battle Medic Marines on their own, buddy. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work that way. And maybe he was going up and he's like, oh, I need something to consume. I'll just consume those Marines. They're not doing anything. And Jaedong even saves this base. Jaedong able to save that base, so Jaedong definitely in the lead here. 3 Ultralisks just chilling. They don't even have to attack that command center. They can just sit there and just like scare the command center. The command center is like, oh, I'm just gonna lift off just out of sheer. Oh, it looks like 1 hatchery did actually go down. Jaedong saved his top base, but not the one on the right of it. But again, that doesn't matter because Jaedong is still up essentially 3 bases on. Essentially up 2 bases on Hwasin right now. Hwasin is mining from his kind of his second natural, I guess you'd call it. And I think that's it. I think his natural base is mined out right now. Yeah, it looks like he's mined out there. Oh, silly dropship. It's just sitting there and getting posed. Man, yeah, things looking bad for Hwasin. I think Jaedong is definitely going to take this game now. Depends on how. Yeah, oh my God, that's a lot of Ultralisks. Those Ultralisks with a couple swarms are going to just destroy and overrun Hwasin's base. I expect that he's probably going to put up one last battle. Oh, and he gets surrounded. He gets completely surrounded, and he GG's. He knew that those forces were going to get obliterated, and GG's. Nice game by Jaedong, tying up the score at 1-1. I was really afraid for Jaedong in the beginning of that game, but Jaedong, it's like about 5-10 minutes in after that, he's like, you know what? I'm playing like crap. And he decided to smack himself in the head and just forget the last 3 months and go back to when he was an actual Ponzor and bust out his A+ game to use on Hwasin. So this has turned into a match after all. And again, I'm going to sign off here temporarily and wait around for Game 3, which should be exciting as well.